pareja, pues me ofrecieron la pelea cuando yo tenía 18 años. Me ofrecían $1 millón por pelear con él. En ese momento yo ganaba 100,000 pesos. En dólares son $5,000. Pero seguían dando los camiones, tenía 3 trabajos. Le dije a Eddie, pues $1 millón me sacaría de muchas cosas, ¿no? Y Eddie me dijo, no vas a pelear. Me dijo, en unos años, dice, vas a recibir 10 veces más. De mí te acuerdas. Y pues pasó lo que pasó, ¿no? Si fuera en este momento la manera en la que pienso y lo que he pasado, pues oye, ok, poco a poquito, sé cómo irlo minando y llega el momento que ya empiezas a conectar los golpes, ¿no? Pero pues toda la pelea me la pasé tratando de figurar cómo conectarlo bien, sólido.
And then Floyd perfected that.
Ahorita si fuera en este momento, imagínate, ahí le desbarato los hombros primero. Ahí es cuando tuve que haberle hecho, no tenía la experiencia suficiente, ahí estaba ya un poco desesperado, porque no podía conectarlo sólido. Y él con la experiencia que tenía, mira, yo le tiraba y él nada más se quitaba los golpes y luego llegaba, me tiraba 1 o 2 y ganaba los 2, 3 golpes, con eso me ganaba los rounds.
Now the $1 million question. Why didn't Canelo Alvarez destroy Bivol's arm and shoulder when he was missing all night? That's a rhetorical question. Instead, the excuse-making king, Canelo Alvarez, at the peak of his prime, was getting smacked all night by Bivol. However, they had the audacity to make a whole documentary to why Canelo lost not to Bivol, but to Floyd. As if we didn't just witness Bivol mop the floor with Canelo. Then Canelo ducked the rematch with Bivol by disactivating his rematch clause in order to cherry-pick a 40-years-old Gennady Golovkin. To make matters worse, he even cherry-picked a bigger cherry in Ryder after that. Meanwhile, Bivol is still waiting for Canelo Alvarez to grow some cojones and fight him. Nevertheless, here is what Floyd Mayweather had to say about Canelo Alvarez consistently making excuses.
Sometimes when I see certain things, you know, people will send me certain things to my phone, certain text messages, and they'll show me highlights of me and Canelo. Canelo is a hell of a fighter. So when it was like the prime Mayweather fighting the prime Canelo, I fought the prime Canelo.
23.
I was the older Mayweather fighting the prime Canelo. So if it was the prime Mayweather against the prime Canelo, the fight wouldn't have went the distance.
Yeah, we saw what Pretty Boy Floyd was doing to people.
Totally different. Totally different.
That was the Michael Jordan of boxing, Floyd Mayweather, setting the record straight on the Canelo Alvarez fight, stating nothing but facts that he already beat a prime Canelo, who was 43-0, 23 years old, unified champion at his bullyweight division. On the other hand, Floyd was an old man. He was 36 years old. Better yet, he was the smaller old man, because Floyd, by that time, he had already moved up 5 weight divisions to fight the bigger Canelo Alvarez, who was 20 pounds naturally bigger than Floyd, at Canelo Alvarez bullyweight division. Even then, Floyd smashed Canelo so bad, he even said that was his easiest fight. Therefore, I totally agree with Floyd. This is not up for debate. If Floyd Mayweather was in his prime, the Pretty Boy Floyd version, at his natural weight class, he would have knocked out a prime Canelo in less than 6 rounds. No doubt about it. Floyd would have beat up a prime Canelo like he did Gotti, and worse than he did Corrales. Nevertheless, Canelo Alvarez has zero buzz for his fight coming up, since he's fighting a punching bag. Respectfully, a fighter with 5 losses who pretty much lost to everybody and has already been knocked out before, which is obviously why Canelo Alvarez cherry-picked Ryder instead of fighting his mandatory Benavidez or his redemption against Bivol. Worst case scenario, he could have fought David Morrell, Andrade, or even Jamal Charlo. However, that's how Canelo Alvarez earned the name, the cherry-picking king. Now, because Canelo Alvarez has zero buzz for his fight coming up, he resorted to clout chasing Floyd Mayweather in order to generate some buzz for his dead fight. A fight that no one cares about, nor is talking about. I mean, even a retired Floyd, when he fights an exhibition, He even gets more buzz than this. So I'm not gonna lie, this was a smart move by Canelo Alvarez to clout chase Floyd, because this ended up becoming Canelo Alvarez's biggest promotional tool for his cherry pick against the punching bag he's fighting next. Canelo Alvarez came out talking about the Floyd Mayweather fight, where he stated, quote, "They first offered me the fight when I was 18, $1 million. At that time, I was earning $5,000. I was still getting the bus. I had 3 jobs. Eddie Reynoso said, in a few years, you will receive 10 times that. That's what happened." End of the quote. 5 years later, Canelo still got smashed by Floyd. So Floyd didn't beat you when you was 18, did he? Absolutely not. Floyd beat Canelo when Canelo was 23, in his prime, as a unified champion at his bullyweight division with 43 fights. Not 23, not 33, but 43 fights. And Canelo still got smashed, even though Saul Canelo Alvarez had all of the advantages, just to hammer the point and the facts. So when Canelo says Floyd sent him an offer when he was 18, that's irrelevant, because Floyd didn't beat Canelo when he was 18, now did he? Therefore, that's irrelevant. Second of all, I checked the date. When Canelo was 18, that was back in 2008, which back then, Floyd was officially retired from the sport of boxing. In fact, in 2008, Floyd was doing wrestling. He was doing WWF or WWE against Big Show. That's what Floyd Mayweather was doing back in 2008. He wasn't even involved in the sport of boxing at all. Floyd was retired completely at that time. Therefore, apparently it turned out what Canelo Alvarez said was a complete lie, because Floyd wasn't even involved in the sport of boxing in 2008. Perhaps Canelo is talking about Floyd offered him to fight in the WWE against Big Show. Other than that, what Canelo Alvarez is saying is not making sense whatsoever. To make matters worse, when Floyd Mayweather came back in 2009, Canelo Alvarez, I believe in 2010, called Floyd Mayweather out. When Canelo was 20 years old, he started calling Floyd Mayweather out heavy. But apparently, according to Canelo, he was just clout chasing because he wasn't ready at that time. Keep in mind, a lot of people and a lot of fans started accusing Floyd of ducking Canelo. However, Floyd said, "I'm willing to fight Canelo, but he needs to prove himself." Then in 2012, Canelo called out Floyd Mayweather yet again. But Floyd refused to fight Canelo. Floyd told Canelo, "If you want to fight me, you have to prove yourself. You can't expect to get the fight with me after knocking out Josecito Lopez, a 140-pounder. I only fight fighters coming off their biggest wins. Beat Austin Trout, who just beat Cotto. If you pull that off, then I'm going to fight you next." And that's exactly what Canelo Alvarez ended up doing. He had to fight Trout in order to get the Floyd Mayweather fight. Therefore, it's a complete cap that Floyd wanted to fight Canelo when Canelo was 18. Maybe in WWE, just not in boxing, because clearly Floyd consistently told Canelo Alvarez after 2008, when Floyd Mayweather came out of retirement in 2009 and 10, Floyd kept telling Canelo, "You can't get the fight with me. You have to prove yourself." So we know what Canelo Alvarez said is a complete lie. Because if what Canelo Alvarez said was true, that Floyd tried to fight him in 2008, then Floyd would have had fought Canelo in 2010, 11, or 2012 when Canelo was calling out Floyd heavy. However, Floyd did the opposite. He told Canelo, "Prove yourself. You have to earn the fight with me. You got to fight the best, and you have to come off your biggest win and look at your best in order to earn a fight with me." With the facts being laid out, it's so hypocritical that old media, the same people that say Canelo Alvarez was too inexperienced when he fought Floyd, are the same people that say Devin Haney is in his prime, going up against Lomachenko, who happens to be too old and too small. But Floyd didn't happen to be too old and too small for Canelo Alvarez. Keep in mind, Lomachenko is younger than Floyd when Floyd fought Canelo. Also, Lomachenko is more in his natural weight class going up against Devin Haney than when Floyd went up against Canelo. Floyd was fighting at his 5th weight class, while Lomachenko is fighting at his 3rd weight class. In the Olympics, Floyd fought at 126 pounds. However, when Floyd fought Canelo, they fought at 152 pounds. While Lomachenko in the Olympics, he fought at 132 pounds. But today, Lomachenko is fighting at 135 pounds, which is only 3 pounds south of what he fought in the Olympics. If you compare that to Floyd, Floyd had to move up 25 pounds in order to fight Canelo Alvarez compared to when he fought in the Olympics. Therefore, Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather is a mirror copy of Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. Canelo and Devin pretty much the same age, and Floyd and Lomachenko pretty much around the same age compared to when they fought each other. But notice how hypocritically old media and the fans use different narratives to discredit the fighters on the coincidental list, which their own narratives end up being debunked because they overlapped. The Max Kellermans, the Paulie Malignaggi's, old media, and the fans, the same people who said Canelo was too inexperienced for old Floyd, they can't turn around and say Devin Haney is in his prime. He has all of the advantages going up against Lomachenko, who's younger than Floyd. But hypocritically, they say Devin Haney is going to beat Lomachenko because he has all of the advantages, despite the fact that Canelo and Devin Haney pretty much the same age. So if you're going to say the fighter with less fights, Devin Haney, is not too green and he's in his prime, that's why he's going to beat Lomachenko, then you can't say Canelo wasn't in his prime with 43 fights when he lost to Floyd. This is why it's so silly to ask prime for prime who wins between Floyd and Canelo. Because according to you guys, according to y'all logic y'all use against Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, the worst version of Floyd, the small old version, beat a prime version of Canelo Alvarez in his natural weight class. So if Canelo, entering his prime at his natural weight class, couldn't beat the worst version of Floyd, where Floyd Mayweather completely smashed Canelo, he beat him every single round, every single minute, every single second of every single round. He gave Canelo the worst beating of his life. Then why is it even a question to ask who wins prime for prime, Canelo or Floyd? That's a retarded question, because if a prime Canelo lost 12 rounds to none against the worst version of Floyd, then what the heck do you expect a prime version, the best version of Floyd, is gonna do to Canelo Alvarez? To make matters worse, why is Canelo still talking about a 50 years old retired fighter in Floyd Mayweather when Bivol just completely smashed him? The Mexican assassin Bivol assassinated Canelo Alvarez. And he over here cherry picking Ryder instead of getting his redemption, ducking the Bivol rematch. However, he still want to talk about the Floyd loss when Bivol just completely smashed him last year. Canelo made 1,000 excuses to why he lost to Bivol. First, it was the weight, then this, then that. But what's so ironic, Canelo said 168 is his best division. So he only moved up one division to fight Bivol. Remember, Bivol is also a natural 168 pounder. But when Canelo lost to Bivol, everybody said Bivol was too big, despite the fact that Canelo beat Caleb Smith, who's way bigger than Bivol. So the loss had nothing to do with size. Rocky Fielding was bigger than Bivol. Kovalev was bigger than Bivol. Clearly the size didn't matter then, which means there was a huge skill gap between Canelo and Bivol, just like Ryan and Gervonta. We all saw when Bivol fought Gilberto Ramirez. Gilberto Ramirez was a cruiserweight when he fought Bivol. However, that didn't matter because skills pay the bills, which takes me to my next point. Canelo used the size excuse when he lost to Bivol. But peep, when Canelo and Bivol fought, on fight night, they weighed around the same weight. But when Floyd fought Canelo was 15 to 20 pounds naturally bigger than Floyd. And size didn't matter then. In fact, Floyd beat Canelo worse than Bivol beat Canelo. Remember, Canelo fought Bivol at his fourth weight class and one division removed from 168, which is Canelo best division according to Canelo. On the other hand, when Floyd fought Canelo, he fought Canelo at his fifth weight division. Floyd had to move up 5 weight divisions before he fought Canelo. Keep in mind, Floyd's best division was 130 pounds, which is 25 pounds south where he fought Canelo. Despite being the smaller man, the older man, Floyd still smashed Canelo. The same excuse Canelo used to losing to Bivol, that didn't matter when it came to Floyd. Floyd still smashed the bigger, stronger, younger Canelo Alvarez because skills pay the bills. Not excuses or any of that stuff. Wherever Canelo Alvarez failed and made excuses, in them same departments Floyd Mayweather succeeded and remained supreme. With the facts being laid out, if you disagree with anything I said, if you think I'm biased, then I challenge you. I will pay you $1,000 if you could point out one thing exactly that I said you guys disagree with. Give me the timestamp and debunk it with facts. If you do that, I will automatically pay you $1,000. However, you guys won't do that because the truth is undefeated. You guys won't and can't do that. That's how it is, and this is how it would always be on Akhi TV. It's always facts over opinions. It's always facts over feelings, over emotions. The truth always remains supreme over here. Let the truth set you free or burn your emotional soul. So go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.